full stop, period, full stop, period, full stop, period. Full stop is the British English term for this punctuation mark, and period is the American English term for it. Full stops should be used in the following situations: at the end of all sentences that are not questions or exclamations. The next word should normally begin with a capital letter. After abbreviations of single words. For example, Sunday, June 10th. Full stop, period, full stop, period, full stop, period. When a sentence ends with a quotation that itself ends with a full stop, question mark, or exclamation mark, no further full stop is required. However, if the quotation is short and the sentence introducing it is more important, the full stop is put outside the quotation marks. For example, on the door were written the words, "No entry." Full stop, period, full stop, period, full stop, period, or a sequence of 3 full stops, known as an ellipsis, indicates an omission from the text. A 4th full stop should be added if this comes at the end of a sentence. For example, this handbook is exceptionally useful. I refer to it every day. Comma, 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 comma. Commas are used to show a short pause within a sentence. They should be used with care, as a misplaced comma can alter the intended meaning of the sentence. For example, Ruby hit Citron and Emerald, then ran away. Ruby hit Citron and Emerald then ran away. At the same time, commas should be used where necessary to clarify meaning. Simply omitting the commas often leads to ambiguity or an unintended meaning. For example, this lawyer said the judge is a fool. This lawyer said the judge is a fool. To separate items in a list of more than 2 items. For example, cars, trucks, vans, and tractors. In this sentence, there is a comma after vans to show that the list contains 4 separate categories of items: cars, trucks, vans, tractors, and that vans and tractors do not make up a single category. To separate coordinated main clauses. For example, cars should park here, and trucks should continue straight on. In this sentence, the comma after here marks the separation between the different clauses in the sentence. To mark the beginning and end of a subclause in a sentence. For example, James, who is a corporate lawyer, led the seminar. Here, the commas after James and lawyer allow the writer to indicate to the reader in passing that James is a corporate lawyer, while at the same time placing the main emphasis on the fact that James led the seminar. After certain kinds of introductory clause. For example, having finished my work, I left the office. After certain kinds of introductory words. When a sentence begins with a word that does not form part of the clause that follows it, a comma usually appears after this word. These are usually words or combinations of 2 or 3 words inserted by the author to indicate to the reader how the rest of the sentence is to be understood and how it relates to the previous sentence. For example, however, therefore, of course, nevertheless. To separate a phrase or subclause from the main clause in order to avoid misunderstanding. For example, I did not go to Paris yesterday because the meeting was canceled. Here, the comma after yesterday makes it clear that the writer did not go to Paris, and the reason he or she did not go to Paris was that the meeting was canceled. If the comma were to be removed, the sentence would be ambiguous it would give the impression that the writer did go to Paris, but that the reason for going to Paris was not that the meeting was canceled. I did not go to Paris yesterday because the meeting was. Following words that introduce direct speech, e.g. said. For example, he said, "My lawyer is a genius." Between adjectives that each qualify a noun in the same way. For example, a small, dark room. Here, a comma is placed after small. However, where the adjectives qualify the noun in different ways, or when one adjective qualifies another, no comma is used. For example, a distinguished international lawyer. Commas are softer in effect than full stops and semicolons, and are therefore unsuitable for long lists. They should not be used simply as an alternative to using short sentences or if there is any risk of ambiguity.